All right, we are live. Hooray.
I can't tell the difference between red and orange.
You can't.
I can't.
Oh, right, because of the lighting.
Yeah.
I have a Porsche now, by the way.
Oh, what?
I have a Porsche now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's dope.
Wonderful.
I know, right?
What kind?
What?
What kind?
Cayenne. Of course, the remote doesn't want to work.
Never heard of that one.
It starts with a C something. Oh, yeah, the remote's working. You can come look at it if you want.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
That's
cute.
nice.
I like it, yeah. Of course, I'm totally ruining it. But...
It's just so unrealistic.
Oh. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty great.
First of all, where is the terrain ever actually that smooth?
Oh,
realistically, there'd be
there's some pretty rocky stuff here.
I know, but realistically, there'd be like a ditch there, and you get stuck in it. If you
No,
drive.
this is England, man. This is England.
Oh, I
They don't have water drainage in England.
Oh, that's right, because they're dumb.
Hey, don't say that. We're live. You can't say mean things about other
You can't say
countries.
mean things?
What?
You can't say literally anything mean. Like, nothing.
That was all sarcasm, by the way.
Oh.
Alright, I'm going to pick a race. This one. We'll do just fine. And we're going to go race it. Because fun. What?
I shouldn't.
Yeah, don't say anything, okay?
You know what I'm thinking.
Shut up.
Okay.
Don't say nothing.
I'm making you nervous, Johnny.
A little bit. Hold on, let me get some music up in here.
Hi.
That'll do. Yay, now my stream has music for whatever that's worth.
Can you still hear me? Got it?
No, wheel spins? Dang it. Message center.
Can you hear me, Johnny?
Business payout. I don't care about that. With freaking drive.
Johnny, can you hear me?
What? No, I can now.
Call me.
I'm sorry, I've been testing out the music. Trying to make sure it works.
So when do people start doing it?
I don't know. Very few people have showed up so far. I think I've gotten one or two post live stream. Like I think I see people come look at the videos and commented nice things, which is nice. Yeah. But the last videos I made are sitting at like 1 and 0 views right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a slow process to upstart a channel.
So really, you're worried about me saying something that nobody sees.
Well, the videos are going to be up forever, so people will be able to come back and see stuff.
Oh.
So, yes, I'm still worried.
Well, don't expect to gain a British fan base anytime.
Thanks for that, Andrew.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that so much.
You don't need them.
What?
You don't need them.
No, I love British people. My favorite band is British.
Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
Don't lie, Johnny. That's bad.
Shut up. Got my brother here. He's poking fun at me during my live stream. I need. But I do need to film a podcast in order to make this like worthwhile and make sense and get something out of it. So you will have to be absolutely silent for that part. You know what I mean? Okay, this is important. I will kick you out if you don't. I'm serious.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, man. You kick me out, okay, man?
No chess for you.
What? No chess. Oh.
Hey, don't mess with my stuff, man, or I won't play chess. Because I'll be too busy fixing what you ruined. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have to go back and edit out every word I say.
Yeah, no, I would just have to re-record it.
So here's the thing about.
Yes, none of that. Any sentence that starts with, so here's the thing about, is highly suspect, and we don't want to lead off with that, okay?
Here's the thing about pufferfish. Really freaking annoying. They bite you too. Did you see that episode of River Monster?
Yes, I did actually.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, people eat them too.
Yeah, no. It's
Tastes-
like poison.
Yeah, it tastes like a highly specialized and skilled chef to prepare pufferfish. Because,
Imagine that being your career goals, and like that's where you end up in life. And you get there, and like five years of intense schooling, you finally learn how to cook a pufferfish, and then you realize, well, great. Go open up some tiny restaurant in the middle of nowhere off the side of a dirty river and feed people pufferfish for the rest of their life.
it's actually a very expensive, luxurious delicacy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It is. People pay lots of money to eat poisonous fish.
That's something you can put on your finger. Yeah, man, I eat poisonous fish.
I spent thousands of dollars to eat poisonous food.
You need that part of it. Tell them that. But yeah, I'm adventurous. I eat poisonous fish. Whatever. Sick, no. That's incredible. You must have a super strong immune system. Yep.
It's got batteries now. I take triple D's.
Oh. I'm not gonna go there. Hey, did you see that video of this? It's hilarious. This guy literally devoted 15 years of his life to writing this giant book on anteaters, and he finally gets on like a TV interview show,
Yeah?
and he is so miserable about it. So the guy's like, so tell us about these anteaters. They're incredible creatures, aren't they? Well, there's not really much to tell. They eat ants and they sniff the dirt all day. It's like, well, they're beautiful creatures. No, they're really not.
Seriously?
That's hilarious. This guy wasted 15 years of his life studying anteaters.
Why?
I don't know. You have to watch the video, man. It's hilarious. And the guy who's trying to do the interview is trying to make it interesting. The other guy is just not having it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Would you be able to pause the game and put that up in your live stream?
Technically yes, but I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do it later,
Okay.
off the air.
That's true.
Ow, frick. I turn the wrong way and I say ow. Look, that's that's how intelligent I am.
You remind me of that kid Christopher.
Did we know a kid named Christopher?
Yeah, that was his name, wasn't it?
Oh.
The guy from Albania.
Oh yeah, that guy. Cool kid.
Oh, he was cool. I think maybe I was just a jerk.
Poor kid had never seen snow and you pelted him in the face with a ball of ice. Of course he didn't like you.
Get over it, man.
And he face planted into the snowbank.
You know what's sad? I had literally no idea that was going to I tell you, I could not for the life of me understand why that was funny. Why no one else was laughing at this little guy going face first into the snow. See why that's not funny. I do now, but at the time I was just horrible.
This Porsche is really bad in the dirt. Doesn't handle well off-road.
No. Still get yourself one of them new Ram trucks. They'll be better.
I don't want to spend the money on a Ram truck.
It's not like $1 million, Tommy.
No, yeah, but that's for other things.
Do it for me, please.
Oh. No.
Thought there was a chance there for a second.
Sorry. Not
Holy
sorry.
heck, Johnny,
What?
I have done it.
Hey, you got one side done.
I know I got one side, but all the corners are the same.
Yay! Doesn't matter unless you act.
Johnny, I'm proud of it.
Oh, fine.
I'll never be able to do the rest of it.
That's why I'm saying it. It doesn't matter.
See that video of this one guy? He was about to set the record, but he dropped it. Like back into the...
Seriously?
Yeah. He had it, man. He was done. But he dropped it before he could put it down.
So did they let him try again, or?
Well, yeah, he got to try again, but I don't think he could do it.
Oh, that's gotta suck for him.
Yeah, he looked pretty upset. When are you gonna do your podcast?
I don't know. I should probably just do it now.
Okay. I'll be fine.
Yeah. I didn't write anything out though, so I kind of like have to wing it off the top of my head.
Okay, I'll help you wing it. Why don't you start with a question? A deep philosophical question. And then...
Well, the podcast is about, do our beliefs impact our success in life?
Sorry?
Do our beliefs create our own reality?
Our beliefs?
Yeah,
Oh.
kind of like what we touched on yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean...
Okay.
Sorry. You want me to do it now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Leave for about 12 minutes.
But I want to do this one.
You can listen to it.
Yeah, I'll say. Check out that little boy who got killed in that field. If he believed harder, he would have survived.
Dang it, Andrew. Get out.
From a nihilistic point of view, to think that your thoughts can actually dictate what happens in the room. Yeah, sure.
You lock the door too. Bye. Sit down. I'm gonna end the stream soon anyway, so I have to do one.
What?
I have to do at least one thing, so
Okay.
hush now. Oh no. I felt, oh, I can survive that. Okay. That's good. Right. Stuck. I've fallen and I can't get out. Aha, there's the way out. It's taking me forever. Get out of this freaking river. I'm just making some points in my head.
Want to help you clear some of that brush road today?
No.
Not really.
No, I really don't.
Okay.
That's your thing, man.
Alright.
That's your passion project.
Alright.
I got my own stuff I gotta work on.
I'm not saying it's easy if I didn't get it done today.
Yeah, that sounds like your thing. I might pop out for a little bit, get some fresh air.
I've already got a trailer full of
Yeah. What brush are you talking about?
oh, well, you know, on the side of the house there, I pulled a lot of the big bushes out.
Yeah.
Now I was gonna rake it up, trying to get down to the dirt. So that couldn't just grow there. Well, yeah.
Okay. I want a Lamborghini. There we go. It's one of my favorites. Ugh. Dang it.
Are you still mad at me?
But what? No, I'm fine. I've already forgotten about it.
Oh, okay.
The heck? Stupid controller. Alright. I'm about to start recording. Can you go grab Mom's laundry for her?
Okay.
It's hanging up. The stuff is hanging up and in the dryer. When you come back in, just do it quietly.
Okay. The stuff is
In the dryer and
go up.
yeah. The stuff that's hanging up and what's in the dryer. This cable is the absolute worst. Okay. Time to find the event. No, actually, I don't want to do that. Oh, along the river. That's nice. Hello. No, I've been going over it in my head.
Okay.
But we're starting now. Shh. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name's John, and today we are talking about, can our beliefs determine our reality, or how much of our reality is shaped by our beliefs? So first, let's get one thing right out of the way. I am not talking about something magical or spiritual in any way. I believe that this works purely on the psychological, natural level in many, many ways. And this only works within the span of things that you can control. There are many things in this world that affect us that we have no control over, such as other people's actions, the weather, the economy, etc., etc. So this only works within your sphere of influence. Now, your sphere of influence may include some people, but at the end of the day, it's their decision to act and behave the way that they do. You may have some influence, but ultimately there's never a guarantee that how you act around them will produce X result, because ultimately they are free to behave as they choose, as you are. So we're talking about things that are within your control and creating your reality. So let's set a scenario first. And we're going to reduce it down to actions first and then work back towards beliefs. So let's say 1 year from now, You want to be in a certain place. Let's say you want to have a full-time job and you want to be out of your mom's basement, let's say, just for fun. Now, you have two ways of going about this. One, you can do nothing and simply think about it. You can apply to no jobs, you can acquire no new skills, and you can put in zero effort and spend all of your time doing things that do not produce the outcome that you want. And guess what? Most likely, very, very probably, within a year from now, your reality will be exactly the same as it is if you don't make any changes. Your reality will reflect the actions that you've taken in the world around you. But let's say there's a different scenario. Let's say that you do decide that you want to have a full-time job and you want to get out of your mom's basement within a year or two. And you decide, hey, I'm going to put in the work. You acquire some skills, maybe take an online course, beef up your resume, do some volunteering, whatever it is you have to do, and you apply. You apply to lots of jobs, as many as it takes, and you go hard for a year. Guess what? Which scenario is more likely to produce the outcome that you want? Well, that's easy. The one that you put in the work. The one where you put in the effort and you make an effort and you make a change. And so that's step one, is to understand that you can control to some extent, the reality that you're in. If you want to continue playing video games in your mom's basement, well, guess what? If that's all you do, that's all that will happen. Unless you get kicked out, in which case you have a choice to make in that scenario. But if you put in a lot of work, beef up your resume, and get out there and apply for jobs, eventually you can have a full-time job or two part-time jobs. Sometimes you have to start there. And you can make an income, and eventually you can work your way up to finding a place to live on your own, provided that rent prices are not sky high. Because again, that's one of the things that you can't control. You can't control the rent that people charge, but you can control, the amount of work that you put in and the kind of jobs that you apply for and the kind of jobs that you accept. Does that make it easy? No. Sometimes you might have to go to school to get a certain kind of job that you like. The point is that you have a sphere of influence. You can influence your will on the world to a certain extent. You don't have complete control, you're not omniscient, and you can't make everything the way you want to. But you do have a level of autonomy and a level of control. So you're going to say, well, that's all good and John, but what does that have to do with my thoughts? Well, our actions are determined by our thoughts. Don't believe me? Let's break it down. I'm going to use myself as an example. When I started my door-to-door sales job, I was way out of my element, and I was afraid, and I was nervous, I was anxious, and I wasn't sure if I could do it. In that moment, I had a decision to make. I could either apply myself, work hard, and learn as much as I could, and adapt, and hopefully grow and rise to meet the challenge and grow up to meet the needs that I had to do. Or I could not put in any effort and say, this isn't for me, I can't do it, and leave the job, and I never would have become a good door-to-door salesman. So the point is that it all started with my beliefs. Whether or not, which of those actions that I took started with my beliefs. If I chose to believe that I wasn't good enough, and that I wasn't capable, and I could not learn, and I could not rise to the challenge, and I couldn't change, and I couldn't adapt, well, guess what? I wouldn't have put in the effort. I would have walked on to the job site and said, this sucks. I can't do this. I can't grow. I can't figure this out. This isn't for me. And guess what? I wouldn't have put in the effort, and thus I wouldn't have gotten any results, and I would have become even more discouraged and more unlikely to put in the effort, because it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I believe that I can't, and then I'm not going to apply myself as hard as I can, well, why would I? I don't believe that there's any results, so why would I bother putting in the work? And thus I create my own self-fulfilling prophecy by telling myself, I can't do it, therefore I'm not going to try, I'll quit tomorrow, and I'll go find another job. Boom. I just created my own reality. I told myself, hey, I can't do it, this isn't for me. Guess what? A few days later, I quit. Guess what? I no longer have that job, and I can't do it because I don't have the job. I just created that reality. But that's not what happened. I said, hey, I bet you I can learn. I bet you I can figure this out, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I applied myself, and I put in the work. My actions were a direct result of my beliefs. Your thoughts and your beliefs determine your actions. It's that simple. And your actions determine the kind of world, to an extent, the kind of world that you get to live in. My actions determine that I still have that job, and I can actually do okay at that job, and I might actually get promoted. But that all stemmed from my beliefs. My beliefs said, hey, I believe that I am capable of doing this if I put in the work. Therefore, I will put in the work, and I will apply myself. And guess what? I still have that job. I can do that job. I did learn. I did grow. And now I can do the job well. And so, and that's the new reality in which I live. I live in a reality in which I am decent at door-to-door sales. I can do the job. And that all stemmed from my beliefs. I believed that I could do it. I believed that I could apply myself, and thus my thoughts and my inner talking to myself decided, hey, I can do it. That influenced my emotions. I said, yes, I am capable. And that emotions drove me to actually put in the work, put in the effort, and therefore my actions were putting in effort, and that affected change around me. That's how I got to keep the job. I got good at the job, and that's why I still have the job. And that's why I live in the reality in which I have the job. If I had thought to myself, hey, I can't do this, I'm no good, and I believed it, that would have influenced my emotions. I would have been discouraged, uninterested, and said, this sucks, I hate this isn't for me. Next day I would have quit, and guess what? I just created a self-fulfilling prophecy. I told myself I couldn't do it. That influenced my emotions, and that influenced my emotions, which influenced my actions, and thus I didn't put any work, and therefore I didn't get any results, and I created my own reality by not doing it. I'm very grateful that that's not what happened, and yeah, that's really how it all works, in my opinion. Again, this only works or applies to within your sphere of influence. You can't always control the weather. You can't control what other people do. You don't have direct control of the economy, and there's lots of things you don't control, but you can control yourself, and how you behave determines how your future will look. If you work hard at a skill, you acquire that skill, you use that skill to get a job, guess what? In the future, you will have that job and you will make the money from that job. If you don't work hard, you don't apply yourself, and you don't bother to reach upwards, guess what? You are most probably not going to get the job, not going to get that income, not going to be able to move out of your mother's basement. And that all starts with your beliefs. If you believe you can acquire the skill, then your emotions will say, hey, I can do this, let's do it. That will determine your actions, and then you'll actually go and do it, and then you will create that reality. And so that's how it works. And so I encourage you, if you have a goal, you have a dream, do not allow yourself to say, oh, I can't do it, or I'm not good enough. Everybody starts there. We all started as a baby who couldn't walk. Did that stop you from learning to walk? No. So go out there, decide what you want, be reasonable, be realistic, set realistic expectations, but ultimately you have to believe that you can do it in order to get started. You're not going to take that first step if you believe it's impossible and you believe that there's no good that you can do. And so it has to start with your beliefs. And that's basically it. I encourage you guys to go out there, whatever dreams you have, whatever you're trying to do, believe that you can do it, and that will get the engine rolling in your brain, and sooner or later that will help you start taking action. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great one. You can follow me on social media and all the links provided somewhere, and you have a great day. I'm turning it off. Yeah.
Got a question for you.
Sure.
What do you do when, like, because you were talking about how you had to say yes, like to your job, like yeah, I can do it.
Mhm.
And then you said that that influenced your emotions and that helped you go out
Mhm.
and learn and then
Yeah.
what do you do when no matter how hard you try, no matter how firmly you believe and how just absolutely you know that can do something,
Mhm.
but you can't bring your emotions in line with that.
Mhm.
Constantly feeling that
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's really good. Obviously, these are general principles. There's a whole broad spectrum of how they work. The human mind is incredibly complicated. And so these are like general principles that you can apply. I would actually just reduce it down even more. Like, here's an issue that you have. Here's a problem. You don't like it. Can you fix it? Yes or no? You have an option. Do I take steps to explore this problem and figure it out, or do I ignore it and continue to live with it? And that all starts. Do I go seek help and seek a solution until I find the solution, or do I not and continue to live with it and hope that that works? I would say that results. Which path you choose is, do I believe that help is available? If you believe that there's a solution, if you believe that you can figure this out, and that you can learn it, and that there is a way to work through this problem, and that you can get help, and whether it's a doctor or therapy or anything else like that, then you can start taking steps towards solving that issue. And so, yeah, because if you tell yourself, there is no solution to this, I am never going to figure it out, and that I'm doomed to live this way for the rest of my life, well, guess what? If you accept that, well, you're not going to go looking for help or looking for a solution because you don't believe it's there. So you're not going to go look for it. You have to, and so I would just reduce it down to that next level is, you have a problem, or you have this, it's this thing that you want to solve, this thing that you want to either overcome or work on, whatever it is. Do you believe it's possible? If you don't, well, then you're not going to bother. It's like the doctor won't help, or so-and-so won't help, or talking about it won't help. Guess what? You're not going to do any of those things, and you're not going to discover whether or not it's possible to fix. You're just going to continue living with it. And so I would just reduce it back down to those core elements, in a sense. And ultimately, as far as I can tell right now, it all comes down to like an element of faith. To take that first step, because you don't start with confidence, right? In a sense. Yeah, kind of. It's kind of like you have to step out in faith that it's possible. It's just like, just to know truth. You can never remove your own mind from the equation. It's one of those philosophical paradoxes. Even believing that you're capable of grasping truth is an act of faith. In its entirety, because you could never remove your own brain from the equation to look at it objectively.
You can never find truth until you seek it. And if you don't believe that you find it, you'll never seek it.
Exactly.
So, like you're saying, it's an element of faith to say, okay, I believe the answer is out there, I'm going to go looking for it.
Yeah.
That's
it's an act of faith. Yeah. Believing that your mind is capable of grasping truth is